So hey, was thinking, why do so many people expect so much? You know, or why do people belittle other people that are not in the same status? Is it because we didn't go to the schooling and pay out the money that you guys did, or is it just having a bad day? I can't say that we're always perfect, because we're not. By no means. We're never perfect. Nobody is in their righteous mind. We get things wrong, especially when we're training. But I also noticed that even if we owned up to our own wrongs, y'all still judge. Y'all don't care. It's like, I get up 2 hours earlier than you do. Okay? Because I love my job. That's what I do. And I stay 3 hours later than you would. Because I love my job. I enjoy what I do. But you guys have this self-righteous act to you that leads people to believe because we work in the industry that I work in, that we are less than you. No. If you think about it, we cultivate a lot of children into the work ethic that they have now. Get to work, do your hours, whatever. I work every single day. As hard as I do the first day to the last day. Nothing ever changes. I'm polite. I'm giving. I'm loving. And I'm funny. I know this because people tell me so. No, I know this because that's who I am. That's who I strive to be. I have children, 14, 15, 16 years old. Starting out. Okay? Practicing. When do you expect people to train? When do you expect people to learn? When they're young, right? You gotta give them time. You have to be understanding. You have to have patience. Gee, that sounds like a fucking formidable, hey, my parents are raising me type tack. What I don't understand is that you guys come through with a self-righteous act of, I want this, and I want this now, and if it's not perfect, oh my God, screw you all. I can't say that we don't ever make mistakes, because we definitely do, and we definitely will attain to that. However, if you come through my drive-thru and disrespect my people by telling us to shut up, telling us that we aren't going to the fullest level, that's full of crap. I have made food fresh for somebody because they asked for it and got a complaint. They had to wait for fresh food. Now, let me analyze this. You come through and you say, I want this such and such fresh. I want this such and such fresh. Then you leave my drive-thru. Call me not even 3 minutes after. I had to wait for my fresh food. Really? You're calling me to complain about the fact that you had asked specifically, I want everything fresh. I don't just fart and shit comes out. It's not how it works, okay? It's going to take a good 5 minutes for everything fresh, if that's what you choose. Most of everything I sell is fresh. And I say most of because, honestly, things come frozen. But it's on there, right? So, that being said, they call me and they say, no, well, I had to wait for things to get fresh. Yeah, you have to wait for things to cook. You can't go to your mom and say, all right, Mom, I need you to make me a fresh hamburger. She has to form the patty. Then cook it. Then make it. Then it happens. And in fast food world, that happens a little bit quicker. Not going to give the details. But it happens quicker. You cannot call and complain because it took too long for fresh. Would you like me to pull it out halfway so it's raw? So you get it that much fat? No. Because then that's another complaint. My food was raw. No, see, I don't need any of that. I don't want none of that. Okay, so beyond that, pretty sure you guys look at us like we're degenerates because we don't have a high school diploma. We don't have rewards and awards and all these things, certificates. No, we do, but in our own world, do we? We have to work for them. Our raises, all that stuff. There's 90 days all the time to every job, whatever. If you're a lawyer, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, you still have reviews and you still have testing. Guess what? Guilty. Still have reviews, still have testing, still have things we have to do and accomplish in order to get past things in our lives. We are also the starting point for your children who will come to me and ask me for a job. And sometimes, if you're a complete a-holio, I don't want to give him that job. To be bitter and nasty, I don't. You don't deserve that. Because you look at me like I'm nothing compared to what you do. So, moving on. That's just how I feel. Oh, sometimes we can get things wrong. Sometimes that doesn't come out tasting right, doing right, whatever. You can tell restaurant to restaurant what you're going to get. At least in my view. Okay? Run down, dirty ass restaurant. You ain't going to get the same service you will at my restaurant. My restaurant, I know, is not only upheld with a certain standard, the standard, as Rev points out it should be, which means, wait, hold on, what did we get? Oh, I'm sorry. We definitely got a really good Rev, which means we're not doing anything illegal, nothing is poisoned, nothing is nasty, nothing is old, nothing is unfresh. No, we have standards. People, you don't understand. Within two and a half minutes, shit has to get thrown out. Do you know how much food we go through? Oh my God. I can't even tell you, because if I told you, then people that are all for the environment and food wasting would be up my ass so far you wouldn't even be able to blink before we get sued. I don't know what to tell you. We have standards, okay? However, things do happen. That does not mean that it's solely the 14-year-old's fault at the front counter. 14 years old. You walk up, belittle them, yell at them, take them for everything they've got. Yell at them until they get a manager, because they're so stuttered. They're so hurt. They're so confused at this point. They're just starting out on their first job, and you want to walk up and act like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Would you ever do that to your mom? Would you ever sit there and just fucking rip into her and say, oh, Mom, those eggs, the sandwich, the bread, the cheese, the timing, all of that was horrible. Do it again. No. No, you wouldn't. Hey, let's say she gets that wrong. Now you have another complaint. However, did it ever occur to you that when you guys order, super duper confusing? We have these little headsets attached right there. And they're not always perfect, by any means. Staticky, cuts in and out, that kind of thing. Oh my God, then you should probably tell your corporate to fix that. Yeah, no, definitely. through the remodel and everything, we've definitely handled that. It doesn't always happens over the night and everything happens because you want it at 6 a.m. That's not how it happens, okay? And if you're short-staffed, it takes a bit longer, okay? Company wrongs, no. Applying for jobs, interviewing for jobs. All of that is entailed. You don't hire a lawyer overnight. They have to go through school first, right? Yeah, no. Drug test, that kind of thing. You know, it's you know, if they don't pass the drug, sometimes you're short-staffed. And you make the best of it. And then some assio hat decides to come in and dictate how they do it. Please feel free to walk a couple minutes in my shoe, because that's all it would take for anybody sane, normal, anything. Come walk a mile in my shoes. I like my job. I like what I do. You looking at me like I'm less than you? Bullshit. Half of the food industry will actually tell you. Kill them with kindness. That's all you can do. Customers are not always right. That's the secret. You're not always right. No, I'm sorry. No. Not even close. Most of the time, you guys are just looking for a free meal because you're in a bad mood. Most of the time, you guys want to complain about shit that you asked for to be happening specifically because you want them to be fresh, and then you complain about the time that it takes to be fresh. Go to your mom. Do the same. Tell me how that works out. I'm not really sure where we actually came up with that. But yes, there are some companies, some restaurants that will make you sick, or not care, or not clean, or so understaffed constantly, but they still keep the store open because they get that maximum amount of profit, blah, blah, blah. I've been there, done that. I've seen it. Left the company. But the majority of us are really trying hard. And I'm okay with training your kid on how to work and how to be successful. But if I have you coming through my drive-thru and belittling them and then they quit because they can't handle how you cuss at them, mistreat them, and make them feel less as an individual, you're not helping the cause. Not even a little. You're allowing these people to believe, these children to believe that they are no good at 15, 14, 16 years old because they got your order wrong. Because they didn't read the labels. We go through the training. We do our things. But all in all, self-kindness goes a long way. Now, I've seen people who are super kind and super loving and super just ready to spread the kindness. And then I've seen people who've had a bad day and decided to take it out on them, who are less in their minds, less human beings. You self-righteous people out there need to pull the Tampax out your butt. Go ahead, pull it. It's only going to hurt for 1 minute. Once you get that stick out your bunghole and actually start treating people with some kind of humanitarian love and respect, or see them as equals, your life is going to be much better. Much better. I tell my kids all the time. Okay? Life can be unfair, hurtful, hateful, whatever. Okay? But your life is what you make of it. And if you choose to make yourself bitter towards everybody else, then you yourself and your surroundings will be bitter, hateful, and plain not able to be around. Not even a little. Nobody likes you. Okay? Because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a breakfast sandwich. If it wasn't for those out there, millions of people out there willing to get up an hour earlier than you get up to prepare a store, to open it properly, to make your sandwiches, there would be no coffee on the go. Your barista wouldn't be there. Your sandwich would not be there. And yet, you guys come through and act like, hold up, slaves. We're your slaves. We're less than you. We're slaves. That's sick. That is just fucking sick. And you should be ashamed of yourself if you view us like that. And matter of fact, if you view us like that, don't come to us. Get up that hour early and make yourself a sandwich. Make yourself some coffee. Make yourself whatever it is. And while you're at it, cuss at yourself for not making it right. Order it, put it down, do whatever you gotta do. Make it, fuck it up, and then get cussed at. So you can get a free meal. Now, I'm not speaking for those who've actually had their meals mistaken. No. I'm not. Not everything's 100%. Ever. Nowhere. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter what you're, as a company, a $1 billion company, there's going to be fuck ups. You can fix them. You can move on. But for some reason, you guys believe that you could just belittle and hate those who had a mistake, who are trying, who work probably more than you do, at a lesser rate, because that's what America gets away with. But we still do it with a fucking smile on our face and determination to change a person's life for that one moment, for that one smile, for that 1 second. Make somebody laugh. Make somebody feel good about themselves. Don't spit in the hands that feed you. It's just wrong. And it's just sad. Homie, if we were not here for you, you'd have to do it yourself. Pretty fucking scary if you ask me.